this going to be the end of prop firms as we know it? So welcome in this next video, and of course we're going to talk about the prop firm industry, something that I got a lot of questions about, and I wanted to address all of them in this video. So I'm going to keep it very straightforward. I'm going to give you my opinion, what I feel about the scene. Of course, let me first explain my journey in the prop firm industry, things that I've experienced, things that I've seen, so you also get a good feeling of where I'm coming from. So I started trading about 4 years ago. Of course, when I started trading, there was only one firm. It was FTMO. Everybody knew FTMO. Yes, you have to get FTMO. It's the biggest prop firm out there. This was the starter and the pioneer of everything. So FTMO was, probably there were other firms, but for us starting traders back then, there was only one firm. It was FTMO, and you should use FTMO. So that was back in the time when you had a trading limit of, or like you had to trade for 30 days maximum, and then you had to reach your profit target, or you would have to restart. If you ended up positive, you get a free restart. If you, I think they added it later. If you ended in a certain range, you could have extended it with 2 weeks, but they were just trying to change because a lot of competition was entering the scene. So a lot of competition did enter the scene, made it more interesting. And then there was a big change happening where all prop firms started deleting the maximum trading day, the minimum, no, what am I saying? The maximum trading days. So at that point, a lot of firms had to follow. So, okay, we have to make it unlimited trading days. And when that happened, a lot of prop firms came into the scene. A lot of competition, which also is risky because there's a lot of new firms and you don't really know which firms are legit. So this is also something I will address later in the video, what to look for when you're selecting your prop firm. But so as I kept on trading, I had my FTMOs. Lost them again, unfortunately. Then I started trading with my forex funds, which looked very good. They were paying out. And I still have I have it on here because it's the first firm where I had to pay out with. So it still has some meaning to me, you know. It really changed some things for me. It opened up my eyes about what is possible in the industry. But then again, suddenly, I think it was last year, I had my second account with them. So I had 2 accounts. One was already funded, one was a challenge. Suddenly the accounts went offline. I was like, what is happening? And all hell broke loose. So the company decided to rock everyone, and they went offline, and apparently it was a big scam. I'm still not sure. I'm not following all the drama about what the company did, but apparently they went offline. It was all a big scheme, and there was never any capital being traded or on A-books or whatever. There's a lot of speculation. I don't know everything about it, but what happened was the firm went under, it never came back. Everybody lost their accounts, and people who just got unfunded lost their accounts. So it was really weird for me because I was like, well, they paid me, so they should be legit. And this is what has been happening, and it's basically what happens in a pyramid scheme. You get paid until there's no more new customers. And that's something that was a quite important evolution in the trading industry. So a lot of firms are now being looked for, like, are they paying out? How fast are they paying out? Are they doing a lot of marketing? Because in the end, it is quite important to you as a trader, if you know how to produce results, that you get paid for them. Because the most frustrating thing that happened to me was 2 months ago. I was trying to scale back up. I had a bad period in the end of the year, so I lost some fanatic accounts myself. So that's just on me. That's not a prop firm going down. And I was trading with these HFT firms. So that's also a trend that was active in the prop firm industry that I followed. It was really nice. You can get your trading accounts funded really quick with an HFT bot. But what happens, payouts are not certain. I had some payouts with Next Step funded, with Nova, with I think with Nova they got cancelled 2 times because of consistency rules. So basically, when you open 2 trades too fast after each other, you would got breached and you don't get a payout. Then I had 1 payout from Quantec, So apparently they pay out, but I had to fight for it. I just had to say, well, I traded correctly. Go look at my history. I'm in profit. And I had to pay out. So it was really frustrating for me. And that is what I realized. Okay, these HFT firms, I need to quit. It's just not possible for me to have a good trading result and then I have to fight for my payouts. No, it should be there really fast because I did my job. I was a good trader. I should get paid out at that moment. That was the point where I realized, well, these HFT firms, they make it really hard for you. So a very bad environment for you to trade in. So it's not something you want to engage with as a professional trader. Then the next thing happened. You had a skill funded trader. So I went funded with a skill funded trader, 200K, and then the funded trader, 400K. I was happy because I was just focusing back on these good firms that pay out. And then the worst thing ever happened because I was also running the FTMOs again. I was running funding pips again. So a couple of other firms, Alpha Capital, FXIFY now. But at that point, I was focused on the funded trader because I really thought they were a good firm. And then the worst thing that ever happened to me happened. I breached a funded next and an FTMO. But then I also passed the funded trader and the, so I was trading with a bit more risk, the funded trader and the skill funded trader. So I was really happy to get back on track, scaling back, getting more capital. And then the worst thing happened. First 2 weeks I got the account. I lost both accounts because the firms went down. So as a trader, definitely as a trader who trades full time, it's really frustrating and it's something you have to deal with. And of course you don't want to deal with it every year. So for me, I'm making this video to explain to you what my journey was and what I'm looking for and why I'm looking for these firms right now. So let's go over the points that I think are quite important when looking for a prop firm. So first of all, I think FTMO is a pretty good choice, but I made a thread on Twitter, so I can possibly put like a link in the description. I think FTMO is a good firm, but there is some narrative that is happening right now in the prop firm space, and to me, it's quite obvious. We all want fast payouts. We all want to be certain of a payout. So let's say we were trading profitable. It's quite important that you get your payout, right? So that was important to me, that they pay out fast and that they indeed pay out. That they don't make a lot of marketing, not a lot of promotion, because if they're promoting, there's a reason why they are promoting that aggressively. Because if there's a lot of traders actually getting payouts and there's not people buying challenges, well, the firm is going to go bankrupt because they can't pay out people. So whenever payouts are getting delayed or canceled or breached or whatever you want to call it, that's a huge red flag. You should run away. You should run away. It's just, and you can see it actually happening, and I'm calling it. It's a risky thing to say, and I hope I am wrong, but it's my own opinion. If you look at funded peaks right now, a lot of marketing, a lot of yelling, a lot of promotions, and people are waiting for payouts. So it's the same thing as true forex funds. Luckily, I didn't trust true forex funds because I've had the same vibe with them. But the same thing happened with true forex funds. So for me, quite important. I'm looking at funded peaks right now. I hope, because I wanted to get funded with them, they looked legit. They're just doing too much promotions, too much red flags. So I'm staying away with them. Then the next point is A-book trading. A lot of prop firms only offer you demo. They only offer you fake money. So I think this is something that will change in the upcoming years because it's not gonna keep working. Imagine if you are a prop firm and you have like 100 profitable traders every month and you don't copy their trades. So you only have to pay them the money, and you're not earning this money, so it's just coming from challenge accounts. It's not sustainable because there's gonna be traders who are just gonna suck the money out of your company, and then you need to sell more and more funding accounts. And that's how the funded trader and skill funded trader went bankrupt because there was a lot of funded traders getting payouts and not enough people buying challenges anymore. So that's what happens. So I think it's important if you select a firm that they actually put you on an A-book and actually copy your trades or give you live capital to trade with. So this is going to be something really huge. And I think FXIFY, this is the one I partner with, they offer this. And I think that is something that is going to be huge. So I believe they're going to make a very big dent in the industry. That's the reason why I partnered with them, of course, because I truly believe that this is something that will maybe not take over FTMO, but they're gonna make it really hard for FTMO. They'll have to change. It's not possible for a prop firm to keep operating unless you're the biggest one. Yeah, of course, if you're the biggest one, everyone, there will still be a lot of people buying challenges. But let's say there's gonna be new firms and people don't buy challenges with FTMO anymore, and FTMO don't allow A-books, they're gonna have a hard time. Because if they're not selling enough challenges, it's going to get tough. So quite important information. Again, I hope FTMO sticks around because I'm really a big fan of the company. And I'm not sure, of course, that they're using A-books or not. So I hope they are. And if they are, then it's even better. But they're not publicly saying that they are. So why wouldn't you? Because it's a big positive thing. If you're allowing traders on A-books, you should mention it. So if they're doing it, they would have mentioned it because it's a very, well, green flag for a company. So that's quite important to me. And also the trading environment. Like if you have prop firms that have there might be some prop firms who will use consistency rules and make sure you don't get enough money out of the payouts. So that's a big negative because they want to cap traders. So if you have a trader coming into your company and he makes 50K or 60K, well, they're scared. So they're going to cap your profits, or they're going to say you cannot trade gold or you cannot trade during news events, which I understand. But why would you not allow traders to trade through news events? Because they have a high chance to breach your account. So if they breach, okay, then they fail their challenge. But if you still could say don't trade news events because we're going to copy your trades on our live capital and we don't want to be too much exposed. But what does it matter? You'll have traders who don't trade news events and lose the money anyway. So there will be firms who use these rules to say, oh, we're trading real capital, you cannot use. But most of the time, they're just using these rules to limit you, to make sure you fail, to make sure you don't get those high payouts, because there's a lot of traders who are successful trading very aggressively. And that's if you know Andrew NFX, he's a very aggressive prop firm trader, and he already, I think he went with every firm. He lost an account with every firm because he almost has prop firms with every firms, and he almost instantly knows when a firm is going to fail because he knows his payouts are not getting there, and it's quite important. So these are all the things that I'm looking at. I just made a list on my screen here to the left of all the positives of FXIFY, but it's just too long. I'm just not gonna do your own research. Go to FXIFY, check it out if you want to buy a challenge with them. I have a code because I partner with them. It's Jordi10, so you could use that code if you want. It's gonna give you 10% off, but you shouldn't buy the challenge because you get a discount from me. It's just me. I want to partner with them because I truly believe in the firm. I don't do it for the discount code. Well, if you buy a challenge, I get the 10%. It's not going to make me the most money, but for me, it's a very interesting prop firm. And I think they're going to be very huge. So that's why I partnered with them. And I truly believe that they will honestly take over and become one of the top 3, maybe top prop firms in the industry. But enough about that partnership. That's my view on the prop firm space and why I believe, or what I believe to be happening right now. And I think we're going to see a lot of change. And these prop firms falling away or falling out is quite important because that is what is going to give us growth. And a lot of people are looking for the decent prop firms now, and there's a lot of them. And it's truly amazing to see how the scene is changing, how the scene is growing. And does it matter that we lose an account? No. It doesn't matter if you zoom out and if you look at the bigger picture. It's quite nice to see what is happening to the industry. And of course, you don't have to trade prop firms. You can always trade your own capital. And then you'll have to decide on which broker to use. But I'm a huge fan of prop firms. They allow you to scale pretty quickly. So If you have any questions about prop firms, drop them in the description. If you want me to look at a prop firm, let me know. And I hope you enjoy this video. This is my view on the prop firm industry. Please like, share, subscribe, put on everything that you can, but most likely comment something in the description. What do you think about the prop firm industry? How would it change and how would it affect your trading? And I hope to see you in the next video. I'm gonna blast a lot of videos on this channel. I'm gonna be a lot more active than I used to be. I really love engaging with the community and seeing it grow. So I hope you enjoy it as well. Buckle up and enjoy the ride, and then I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.